Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the class BMN 521, Buddhist terminology. And today is our last day, the final exam, as I mentioned you last time. So I hope you are ready for the final test. And those of you who have not submitted your homework assignments, now time's up. Most of you have done so, but some of you haven't done everything. I mean, not all the homework assignments. So if you don't do the whole thing, then you won't be able to get the complete assessment. You will not get the complete marks. So be careful on that thing. And today, my plan is to do a little review of what we did over the last several weeks. I think it's about 8-9 weeks. And also you will get the final exam in the email. So please answer the questions in the question paper and submit them to me. So what we were discussing in this class over the last few weeks was, to say it again, to repeat it, we were looking at the Buddhist terminology English terminology on Buddhist teachings. When you translate early Buddhist texts, not just early Buddhist texts, any Buddhist text, what type of terminology that we have at our hands. So we were looking at the history of translation work in the Western world with regards to Buddhism. We were looking at the earlier stage, the establishment of Pali Text Society, PTS, and that was a gigantic jump in the arena of Buddhist English translations. So a lot of terminology started from Pali Text Society. And then we move forward with innovations and developments over the last 1.5 centuries. And we were looking at some eminent translators, Bhikkhu Bodhi, one of them, Thanissaro, another one. Likewise, the contribution that they have made. And also we looked at the Pali Text Society, PTS dictionary, compiled by Pali Text Society. William Rhys Davids, we were looking at him, what type of work he did for evolving Buddhist terminology. And after that, we were looking at Buddhist teachings, major Buddhist teachings. When you are going to translate them, what type of terminology we are going to use. So when you are translating things from Buddhism, a basic thing is that you do not have to, you cannot forget the original setting, the original context where these teachings arose. So based on that context, you have to understand the Buddhist concepts and then try to make what you may call translations. Try to do translation based on the original context. When you have the original context, it's easier for us to find relevant, genuine translation words, terminology. So we were looking at basic Buddhist teachings like 3 characteristics of existence. We were looking at suffering, not self, and impermanence. Remember these words and the relevant Buddhist terms for those things. And then dependent origination, remember? Cause and effect, karma, all these terminology came into existence in the Western world in English language. We were able to frame those terminology to translate the original Buddhist teachings. And towards the end of our sessions, we were looking at the specific areas like Buddhist meditation. When you are talking about the Buddhist meditation, even the word meditation, right? We discussed it, so you know it. And then samatha, vipassana, Pali words, and what words we are using in the translations, in what is the Buddhist terminology, I mean English terminology for them, and jhana, right? Attainment of nibbana, enlightenment, which related to the enlightenment experience. There are many terminology. We were looking at them, I think, last week. Freedom, extinction, liberation, wisdom, right? Enlightenment, peace, happiness, bliss, ultimate happiness. Likewise, there are many terminology to explain the Buddhist liberation, soteriology, Buddhist salvation, the ultimate goal of Buddhism, nibbana, right? Many terms. So just, I think in the final exam, you have to make a review on those things. That will refresh your memory. That will make you stronger in your understanding. And the basic Buddhist teachings, as I mentioned, and also very important that you can pay attention to the Buddhist meditation. I'm not asking you to practice meditation, but here in this class, we are referring to the Buddhist terminology, standard Buddhist English terminology, to identify the basic concepts in Buddhist meditation, samatha, vipassana, and calmness of mind, all those things. So in the exam, you have to do a little review on those things. And whether the terms are good or bad, you can elaborate, you can make a little review. Say, for instance, we discussed this in great detail, the word bhavana. Bhavana has been translated as meditation. So is it good? Is it good enough? Of course, to do that, you have to understand the word bhavana. You have to understand the Pali. But scholars discuss these things. And the word suffering, for dukkha, the word dukkha has been translated as suffering. Are we satisfied with that translation? Is dukkha in Buddhism, original teachings, what the Buddha meant by dukkha? Is it suffering or is it dissatisfaction? Now you can discuss these things in your answers to the questions. Are you happy with the translation of that word? Dissatisfaction versus suffering. Which one is good? Which one makes more sense? Which one does more justice to the early Buddhist teaching, suffering, the dukkha? So discuss about those things in your answers. I'm just giving you the answers too, okay? And then all those things that we discuss in the class relating to the translation methods, methodology in framing Buddhist, English terms to identify the Buddhist texts, to translate the Buddhist texts. So this is what we covered in our class. I hope you got some understanding of our goal, our intention, and you achieved certain things in this class. Those of you who at least listen to these lectures, you should have enhanced your knowledge a little bit. And based on that knowledge, you can proceed. You can do little research and expand your understanding and become a scholar on these things. So just providing you the basic material for you to engage in research, and you learned about the different translation, about different translations on the Buddhist Tripitaka. That is very good for your future studies as well. When you know where you can find information, if you know how to do it, that's a good positive thing for your studies. So I think that is it that we have to discuss here. So you will get the final exam. Please do complete it within this week, and before next Monday, you have to submit your answers. And after Monday, if I get something, I don't consider them as your finals. Right away, the email will be deleted. Only during this week, you can submit your final examination. Okay? Thank you so much, and hope to see you in future classes. I hope you enjoyed the class. If not, I'm sorry. I tried my best to deliver the basic things in this class. So enjoy your vacation after the final. So do your best in your final. Good luck and all the best. Thank you.